Little pause there. How you doing, everybody? This is Jarrell I shouldn't say that. Let's start again. Hey, everybody, what's up? It's Jarrell, and this is another episode of our Shower Reviews. I'm your host, and with me is my co-host Stu.
Yep.
How you doing? We haven't been.
Momentarily, I need a beer popper.
Oh yeah, you need a can opener or a bottle opener.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Or a
I
lighter.
have.
You got a lighter?
I have an actual bottle opener
Oh,
for
wow.
you.
All right.
So as you can see, this is a show where we call a Shower Reviews, where we have some drinks, review some albums as well, and talk about how things are going in our weeks. And we didn't do a show last week, actually, due to the fact that it was me and my wife's second year anniversary, so we decided to go to AC and celebrate it, which I'll get to that in a minute. But let me just tell everybody what else is going on. We have a shot of the week that we normally do, and that would be, what do you got today?
Nice little box here.
A box of Crown Royal apple. I never heard of that before.
Apple.
What kind of liquor is it for the most part?
It's whiskey.
Whiskey? Okay.
It's
our
flavored
favorite.
whiskey.
Now, when we do the shots, normally we have our co-host, Little John, who will let us know when it's time to drink some of that. And then we'll get into that. So I'm sorry I'm a little winded, but I'm actually a little tired today because I woke up today and I was feeling like shit.
Well, it's earlier than normal.
Yeah.
It is earlier.
Well, no, I woke up and I was like, oh, I feel like I'm getting sick. I'm not sure, so I took like some headache medicine,
Zinc tablets.
Nah, I took some migraine shit because it was either that or Pamprin, and I'm not actually that point in the month yet for me. So
I don't know what Pamprin would do to you.
it would it would get the cramps to go away, I guess.
Penis would shrivel up.
It's not estrogen in the jar. It's just in case I have cramps from like shitting or whatever, or my time of the month. You know, it happens to guys too sometimes. But yeah, so I took that and I driving over here to the studio. I'm kind of like, I'm not feeling well. I hope I can get through this show. Maybe I should take it easy on the shots today. So, Little John, if you can do me a favor and go easy today on letting us know when it's time to take shots, I really appreciate
Little John,
that.
objects.
It's just he does not care for my well-being at all. So I guess we
you
got to start with the shots right away. Yeah, we'll just do
We're opening the box.
What's in the box? It's like wrapped in the bag, like fucking Indiana Jones. What is that? Like kind of Indiana Jones style bag. From the
Golden
first one.
Idol.
You're gonna have to put it on like another thing to keep the rock from rolling onto you.
Like I'm gonna carry it around in this bag. Like I'm gonna like tie it onto my satchel.
Your man purse, if you want to call it that. So as Stu gets that open, I want to tell you guys now that we're gonna be changing the format a little bit going forward. Normally, someone told me that the format of the show is kind of long and boring. Even though we don't get a lot of people that talk about our show, that they're like, yeah, you could ease off of some things here and there, which I guess we'll try that for the next 3 shows to see how that works.
It takes a long time to get drunk.
Yeah, it's true. So normally from past shows,
so we got to already be like pretty drunk.
Maybe. Well, we're definitely keeping
keeping
keeping the album reviews, obviously, since the name of the show. But one of the things I was thinking of doing down the road was, as we get more people, to moving Stu's segment, which is Stu's Views, where we take news topics and have Stu give his opinion on them, and make it its own spin-off show. I was going to do that.
Smells delicious.
I was going to do that later, but since I'm getting complaints already from loyal listeners.
Really? We have loyal listeners?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're related to us right now, but soon we'll get some people that aren't. So maybe that might help if we change the format a bit. So instead of doing that, we're gonna each week I'm gonna pick like a music news story that we can talk about, which I got one today. I hope Stu actually cares about this one.
Ice cold Crown Royal Regal apple.
All right, let's give this a taste.
The new stuff just came out.
To hopefully having a good show despite my under the weather feelings. It tastes familiar. Like tastes like an apple cider, kind of mixed in with
It's
tea.
an apple flavoring that I've tasted before, and maybe
Yeah.
something else.
You
But
might have been
they
there.
did that with Fireball too.
Oh, you might have been there when I've had that before.
No, you know where we had it at
Where?
the clubhouse.
Okay, yeah, the clubhouse in
They had
Somerville,
some
New Jersey. Yeah.
apple shot that they mixed together.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it tastes like.
Yeah, it's not bad. I could.
It's very mild.
It might turn me around. So thank you, little John, for that suggestion. So Stu, as you know, I took the week off from work, little staycation.
Uh-huh.
Actually, do you want to tell me how your week was, or
Oh,
because
no, yeah, my week was horrible.
let's get with the bad news first before the
The
good
week
news. Then.
before I hurt my back, so
Mhm.
I was out of work, so I had no money,
Uh-huh.
because I get paid every week.
Right.
So I was like counting on that money, and I didn't have that money because I was out the whole week.
Mhm.
And then I couldn't go see Mode Step.
Oh, that was this month.
Yeah,
No, that's
September 10th.
most stuff was like a what would you call it? A rock, electronic rock band you introduced us to a couple
EDM
weeks
band,
ago. That's kind of like EDM mixed a little more like Muse with a little more EDM to it than normal, but also dubstep here and there. And I thought they were pretty good. And the reason we reviewed them is because you said you were going to see them this
Yeah.
month.
No, I didn't get to see him.
That
Shame.
sucks.
But I mean, I couldn't do anything about it. I was dying.
Your back was hurt.
Yeah. They gave me all kinds of pills though. I was all drugged up.
Was it? How did you hurt your back? Was it from too much fucking or
Work.
work? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You gotta wear a back
trying
brace.
to lift you off the ground though one day.
Only took
Trying to get you
only
to the
took a
train.
month before
Come
it
on,
caught up to you.
Jarrell, come on.
Yeah, you had to carry me because I was a bit too inebriated one night. But yeah, it took a month for you to actually start feeling
No,
pain from that.
it was like 2 weeks ago. It was right around that time.
Okay.
That I ended up hurting my back. It still hurts a little bit.
No, I feel bad. I broke your back.
Yeah, you might
Let
have.
that be a lesson to you, Stu.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me.
Yeah, don't try to pick you up. You're dead weight.
Yeah. I was almost dead though, actually. So, anything else?
Yeah. So that all kind of sucked. Hoping to switch to a less labor-intensive job though.
That's why we're doing this gig, man.
Lifting. Yeah, but I don't know about this gig.
This gig will
paying
soon.
as much as the candy factory can.
Yeah, yeah. I got some good news about that. Actually, we might have a future. I don't want to call it.
We
sponsor.
would have no, that'd be a sponsor. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you the stories about that later on the show. So, I guess that's it for you. I went to AC with my wife for the our anniversary on Sunday last week. That's why we didn't do a show, and I didn't know that. Just explain to us how this worked. When we got there to check in, they asked us, "Do you want smoking or non-smoking?" And I was like, what's the difference?"
B. Shit. Now it's pissed.
Now it's flying all over the place. So I said, what's the difference between smoking and non-smoking? And the lady at the counter was like, well, one you can smoke in, one you can't. I'm like, oh, no fucking shit. I kind of meant the prices. And then she's like, oh, it's I don't know. She said it's whatever you want to do. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll try smoking. I haven't done that in a while. And then she whispers something to us, which I couldn't understand what she was saying.
Just make sure it's pot.
So, I don't know. It's like she's saying something like, yeah, like we picked a good choice when we said smoking. So we go up to the room and we're walking down the hall. And
Blaze it up.
that's what it did kind of smell like that on the elevator when we go back up there the second time. But
smoking. Nobody smokes cigarettes nowadays anymore.
The hallway reeks of fucking cigarettes in the smoking section. The whole hallway. Like, so we were kind of reluctant to continue on this voyage. But then once we go in the room, they give us a fucking suite. So you walk in, it's like a whole living room with a TV in one room. You walk down the hallway with a walk-in closet on the left and the bathroom on the right, and then into the bedroom with another TV with a big king-size bed. And you know what the bedroom had inside?
What?
A motherfucking pool. Not a pool. What do you call it? A hot tub.
Hot tub.
With
Sweet.
jets and everything like that. They
Sweet.
upgraded us for... We didn't even tell them it was our anniversary. So I'm like, why did they do that for us? Do you have any answers for that? And I think I'll tell you.
Maybe somebody called. Maybe somebody found out where you were going and they called and then tipped them.
I should have figured you'd have some kind of conspiracy theory about it. But actually, it's because we picked the last week before the prices go up, and they probably were slow, so that's why they gave it to us. So I'm like, dude, if we come here again in April for the beer fest, we got to get a suite again. and my wife was like, I don't think they're gonna be the same price for $100 like they were at this time.
Yeah.
By then,
Especially when any big event's going on, they
Yeah.
know about it. They know about all that shit.
what if
When
you
there's
guys
gonna
out
be that
there can
many
listen to me
people.
out there, because I tried to book again, but the thing only goes up to January. What if as soon as April comes around, I book it immediately before they even realize that Beer Fest is in town? Like, say if I book it in like November.
I think they have all that planned ahead from the year before. They know the yearly events. It's a
Okay.
yearly event. I'm sure they count on it for business.
All right, so I can't count on you to throw some money into this the sweet idea. It is a sweet idea. And if you saw this room, you definitely would want to do that.
What, I could sleep on the couch?
Yeah, there's a couch. There's
I chip in. I get to sleep in the couch.
You have a whole fucking living room. You have the whole living room to yourself.
And all my strippers that I'm gonna invite.
This room was big, man. I'm telling you, it's a suite.
And have a sexy little party.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that was a good part about the AC. But being with my wife and watching like football while you're in a hot tub, smoking cigars was great. The bad part was I lost a lot of money in the casino. A lot. Every time I put a chip on a color in roulette, it was always the opposite one. Always.
always one.
4 in a row. I was 0-4 in that.
Roulette is kind of like monotonous, especially when you're betting like one low dollar chip at a time on red and black. You sit there for hours. You'll be there for hours. You'll be like, yeah.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
There were no
yes.
yes.
You never gain anything or lose anything.
Yeah.
Yet you're winning and losing all the time.
I was losing every time. But
don't tell you your chips will sit and it'd just be the same shit.
Yeah. I don't know why people bother doing this gambling shit. Like, you have to bring a lot of money, and then when you win big, you have to really think to yourself, how much did I spend in my lifetime coming out here? They get you every time. They're always making a profit. So that room we got, that $100 room, we paid more for it when you think about it. We actually paid $200 to stay there instead of $100. I didn't lose a lot. I only lost $100, but in the long run, it's like, damn, I usually can stop it at some point. So, like, I went to my thing is the blackjack table, because I feel like that's the best bet I have.
Well, I went to the blackjack table. Like, the last time I went, I played roulette, and my chips just sat. And then I went to the blackjack table, and I was pretty much drunk by then. And I just blinked, and all the chips are gone. I was like, oh, shit, what happened?
I gotta tell you, the same thing happened to me. Like, I lost some money when my wife was taking a nap. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go down to the casino and try to win it back. Walking around, found a table for $10, and it was like a perfect table. I asked them, like, "Oh, how's this blackjack table?" And they're like, "Oh, it's pretty good, pretty good." So I'm playing, I'm winning, and I'm like, all right. As soon as I get to like $100 back, I'll stop playing. So I went there with $30. I got up to $75, doing great, and all of a sudden, like, I lost 2 hands in a row. And then same thing what you said, I blinked, and then I was back down to 15. It's like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And it's
real quick. Quick.
And what's happened is, one of the things I noticed is as soon as like the hand is won, they're dealing out the cards so fast you only have time to consider, like, well, maybe I'll stop playing. So one of the other things I did was the waitress came over and said, "Can I get a drink?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let me get rum and coke." And I'm like, as soon as she comes back, I'm out of here. She never came back.
Forever. Oh, she never came back.
So we all lost. Me and the 3 other people at the table, we all bounced like 10 minutes after she left.
You know what? They go and make your drinks, and on the walk from going from the bar to you, they end up giving them away to other people.
Why?
Pretty much.
I ordered
or people grab them off the tray, or they never make it back.
Yeah.
They never make it back.
The first table that she made it back and I left, so I was lucky. The second time she never came back.
Sometimes they'll have pre-made drinks. They had like what were they, like fuzzy navels and shit, and all on a tray, and it's just like, here, have a drink. I like that better.
Yeah, I fucked up, I guess. And the other thing is when it comes to blackjack, people listening out there, it's better to have more people playing and being sitting on the left. If you're just you and the dealer by himself, you're pretty much fucked. So every time I was getting good hands, I was like, all right, cool. And I did not lose one hand by doing something stupid. Every hand I lost, I had like 20. So obviously, what's the dealer going to have? 21, of course. So
bust.
every time,
I mean, you could win 18. You get 18, and then they bust. You get
that
18,
was rarely
and
happening.
then they bust.
That happened when I was doing well, but once I got on that losing streak. It was either if I busted, but there was nothing I could do anyway because he had like 20 or whatever, so I had no choice but to take a hit, or I had 20, he had 21.
See, I don't agree. I hate the house always wins. If you both get 21.
No, we both win. Yeah.
No. If you both get 21, the dealer wins.
No, you win.
No, you don't win.
Yeah, because if he gives you the card, you get 21, he already pays you, and then the game keeps going. You talking about when he's playing with more than one
No.
just
When
one
you
person?
get the same. Okay, say you both get 20.
Oh,
he wins. House.
No, it's called a push, and that sucks too because
I thought the house always wins it.
No, if you both get the same number, then it's a push, so nobody wins. And I've noticed in my
Which
in my
means
past,
the house wins.
yeah, that's basically how it is. But in my past, if I get 2 pushes in a row, which happened last night, I should stop playing. If I get 2 pushes in a row, I should just stop playing immediately because it's just wasting time. And then they're inevitably gonna start beating me, so I should just stop playing at that point. But I for some reason, I just wanted to get that extra $15.
Your theory is flawed,
and I fucked up. So
no, you can't even have theories like that.
The theory
it'd be completely different the next time you go.
Dude, the theory's plain and simple. If I'm winning, stop.
All right, yeah, all right.
I had $75.
It's like if you're on a winning streak. How long do you keep the streak going?
Yeah, until you lose the first hand. I should have stopped on the first one I lost. But, oh well. Needless to say, that was a good weekend excursion. Oh, Little John, I got something to say about that? I guess. Let's see you looking at me like that. Everybody! Thank you, Little John. That kind of will get past how I'm feeling today about that.
This will wake you up. Number 2 will wake you up.
Okay. Actually, thanks again, Little John. That jogged my memory. I forgot to mention what albums we'll be reviewing today. I like to say at the beginning of the show. I'm going to try to do that from now on. So we're going to be reviewing the latest album from Slayer, as well as the latest album from the Wonder Years.
Slayer.
And I had an opportunity to
the Wonder Years.
And I had an opportunity to listen to a band called Five Finger Death Punch. They have a new album came out this month, so I'll be reviewing that on my own.
It's like heaven versus hell.
Yeah, it's like
that's our album review.
That's our theme today.
We got heaven versus hell.
We got emo versus metal. Who's gonna come out victorious? But speaking of music, let's get into music now. This weekend I went to interview a band H2O. You heard of them, Stu?
Oh, you did. Yes, yeah. I've heard of H2O.
Okay, yeah. New York City hardcore band. They were opening for Rancid at the Terminal 5. Not one of our favorite venues in New York. But
what? I like Terminal 5.
Oh, I hated that place.
Yeah, no, it's just because I couldn't find where there was smoking
Which section. Is on the roof.
Because I smoked at that time.
Yeah, I found it last night.
Oh,
the night before.
You found it, and did you smoke a cigarette on it?
No, I smoke. I have the vapor.
A vapor,
which I forgot to bring.
You could have just been puffing that anywhere.
I know, but it looks exactly like a cigarette, so I didn't want people to fuck with me.
Oh.
So I was like, I'll just go up there, and then I
would have fucked with you. Been like, what are you doing?
You can't smoke in here.
This guy's smoking. This guy's smoking.
Yeah, so
look at it. It looks like a real cigarette.
I thought you were gonna be mad at me because it's a Rancid show and I didn't invite you.
You should have invited me.
Well, this is the reason why I didn't have a press pass.
Oh.
So I didn't want to go there and then be embarrassed that we couldn't get in.
Well, I didn't have money anyway, so it's good you didn't. It's good I knew nothing of it because I didn't have to make that choice.
Yeah.
Because I would have spent money that I don't have.
So I
need it for camera equipment.
I went back and forth with the lady to get the interview with H2O and the time, and she eventually gave me the bass player's phone number as soon as I got off at Penn Station. I was like, I'm here. I'm just gonna walk around until the show starts, and she's like, she gave me his number. I text him. He's like, oh, I'll be there at 4:00, which show starts at 6:30. So I figured if I interview from half an hour and then they do their sound check at 4:30, they're gonna kick me out. I get there, and then the security guard is kind of like, I had to be waiting outside until the guy comes, the Adam from the band, and he's like, "You can bring him in with you, but you have to escort him out as soon as it's done." And he's like, "Yeah, no problem, no problem." So we go in, do the interview, which you guys can listen to it on our interview section of the
So
show.
you didn't go to the show; you just went for the interview.
The interview was in their dressing room.
Okay, yeah.
So
but
I'm
did
interviewing
you stay
them
for the show.
I may get to that part.
All right.
I'm interviewing them, and then we're talking, and guess who walks in the door? You're not gonna even guess.
Um, Gene Simmons.
You're so close, man. It's Tim Armstrong from Rancid. Just walks in the
Alright.
door, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "Dude, fucking come in," because I'm a big Rancid fan. I'm like, "Come in, come in, come in." I'm like, and then he came in and shook my hand. I haven't washed my right hand since then. And I'm like, Tim Armstrong shook my hand. I can die now, which you can hear in the interview. And I want to get a picture with him, but they couldn't find him afterwards. But believe me, it's true. He came in and shook my hand. So after the interview, basically, they were like, "All right, we have to go do this like photo thing down the road or whatever like that. If you want to stay, maybe you should just go upstairs and hide somewhere in the shadows. That way, that if you want to stay for the show." I'm like, "I want to stay for the show." So I go up there, and there's like yellow shirts, security guards all over the place, like just bullshitting and shit. So I'm like, I hope no one asks me any questions, like, "What are you doing here?" Whatever. So I'm like in the shadows in the dark, just waiting for the show to start, watching like other bands do their like sound checks, stuff like that. And then eventually,
They don't do a round check to kick people out. If you're already in at that point, you're in for the show.
But I was worried the security guard that was out there, he was walking around, was gonna be like, "Hey, what are you still here for? Get out!"
Where's your bracelet?
Yeah.
Oh, because you were supposed to be in and out.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Normally, I was used to the okay, yeah, and stay for the show.
Yeah. We got a little pampered at the Bouncing Soul show when it happened. Plus, it was
I'm
earlier
used
to
to
the
that.
doors opening. This was I basically had to hide.
They wanted to boot you, and they wanted you to pay.
Yeah, I basically had to hide, but the show was sold out,
And
so I couldn't.
and the band told you to hide.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Smart band.
basically, I had to hide for about 45 minutes until people started coming in.
Yeah.
And then another problem I had is I want to get a drink, so I go to the bar. I'm like, "Can I get a drink?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So
it's better you spend the money on some kind of merch that ends up being advertising and everything.
yeah. Well, I want to get a beer.
They should be happy for the people.
I want to get a beer,
now.
right? So I go
That
there.
had to do with the show.
I had no bracelet, so I couldn't get a beer. But then the guy that gives out bracelets came up to me like, "Oh, you need a bracelet?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, give the guy a beer. I'll be right back with a bracelet for him." So it worked out. I got to see Rancid for free, which I never got to do before.
A security guard hooked you up with a bracelet.
No, a guy that gives bracelets out. He's like this. He wasn't dressed like security, but maybe he worked there. I don't know.
All right.
Everyone else had like the same yellow shirts, and he was like this big English guy with like a.
Why didn't you fucking tell me about this shit?
Because
mad.
it wouldn't have worked if the two of us went. I know that.
Now I hear all about it.
I was hiding in the
False
shadows
and
and being like I'm black. They wouldn't have saw me, but you're so white and shit. They
No,
were like, "Oh, there's a flash over there. What is that?" And then we've been done. So it worked out. I got to see Rancid for free. Great show, regardless. My only complaint is they play too much and Out Come the Wolves, not enough stuff from the first album, but that's just my only personal opinion. All right. Now,
so H2O was good.
H2O, very great interview. I sent it to you. You got to do some editing on that when it comes up.
I'll compress it and normalize
Because
it.
our normal interviews are going to be a little bit different going forward. It's a little more work for you, Stu, to do. But I'm hoping you can make them a little more entertaining to watch. On that note, you want to get into some music news?
Sure.
All right.
Considering our format is slow and drawn out.
Yeah. So now we're going to do... I had to rush and get the story real quick because basically I'm going to try to... What?
I thought I heard something.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Oh.
Anyway, so...
Thanks.
I
heard Little John. Damn it.
He's respecting my nauseous feelings right now. And plus, we have to pay tribute to someone right now.
All right.
Lemmy.
News.
Lemmy. You know Lemmy. Lemmy the God. Lemmy the Master. Lemmy. You know Lemmy, right? Don't embarrass me. You know Lemmy.
I don't know Lemmy.
Jesus Christ, man. Lemmy from Motorhead.
Oh.
Bassist. Okay. One of the most hard rocking, heavy metal bands out there.
I know now I know who it is, Lemmy, but
English guy with
Because I know other people that like him.
Cocoa Puff like warts on his face.
No, I never really listened.
Never listened to Motorhead, Ace of Spades.
No, nope.
Okay,
well, yeah, obviously I've heard that song, but
guess how old Lemmy Kilmister is going to be in December?
I'm as old as rock and roll.
Yes. Oh, Lemmy just came in the studio right now. What's up, Lemmy? Now, how old do you think he gets to?
How old? I don't know. 75.
Whoa, you're close. He's going to be 70 years old in December. The guy that wakes up every morning and brushes his teeth with Jack Daniels and whiskey and smokes cigarettes constantly is still alive. But he had a death scare these past 2 weeks when he
shot up tons of heroin.
He actually he actually had to cancel some shows because he had a lung infection.
Ooh.
He canceled a couple shows in
He was coughing up lung butter
in Texas actually. So it's kind of like the guy that you think will never die might actually die. But then he made a turnaround, and I want to say that he's going to be actually being honored at the Bass Players Live thing they have in Los Angeles in November. So hopefully he lives till then. And hopefully, Stu, you get to actually see Motorhead before he does pass away. Because I saw Motorhead in 1999.
Thrilling. Why, you taking me to a Motorhead concert?
I might have to. You know why? Because
I don't.
He might die at some point.
I never really listened to Motorhead, though.
Oh, you haven't?
You trying to sway me to be a Motorhead fan?
Well, it was the loudest metal show I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah, that doesn't... loud...
and plus, doesn't it amaze you?
I like bass.
He's a bass player.
Okay, loud bass.
The bass
the rest
is loud.
of the stuff not loud.
Actually, no, wait. The bass was loud. The guitar was the loudest part of
bearable.
The three of them.
I like bearable sound with extremely loud bass.
Okay. Well, that's the
I'd
dance
like to
music
get
thing you
shook.
like. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that he might die someday. And to say that you saw Motorhead might be something that you can actually, brag about. Now, I know I can.
Yeah.
I mean, true, I saw him 16 years ago and he's still alive, so maybe he might not ever die. Maybe he might be like him, Keith Richards, and Roaches might be the only thing left on this planet. But I don't know. But it was an amazing show, and normally when you get that feedback after a concert, it was more like muffled feedback. So that was no ears bleeding, but it was the loudest thing I've ever been to in my life. Actually, they're touring this month with
the Wall of Sound.
They're touring this month with Anthrax.
Oh yeah,
on like a cruise. You know how bands do these like cruise things where they
tour on cruises?
Yeah, like
so
Weezer
they play for people that really like are obviously their music's good, so people will be like interested in seeing it, but they're not necessarily fans.
They are if they're gonna pay for cruise prices and go on a boat ride with the band.
Oh, if it's like predetermined, like go on this cruise with blah 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 and blah blah blah.
You know, like Weezer does that every year or every other year.
Really?
311 does that. But the thing I think is weird about like a metal band doing that is those other bands are like their fans are more like like kind of like people you would see in the beach surroundings or like cruise area. Right. Like they bring a bunch of like pasty white like black t-shirt metalheads on a boat. Like, I guarantee, like, they have to be giving, like, sunscreen away when you get on a board. All those motherfuckers are probably coming off that thing looking like lobsters at the end. Like, I can't... Metal and, boats, metal and cruises don't go together for me. What do you think?
No, I agree. I hide from the sun.
It's so weird.
Yeah, the sun is horrible.
I bet you the whole cruise is, like, in the daytime, everyone's just inside. It's like look like an empty boat just going on the shore, and then at night, then that's when they all come out and like rock out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And they still will get burned out there. I can't believe you never listened to Motorhead like that. They do all the same thing for the most part, but the fact that he's that old, playing that kind of music that our parents cover their ears to, I think that's pretty amazing.
Nope.
Little John likes it. All right, well, I guess Stu went in to get some more shots. We're going to do some shots and then get right into the music review.
Sorry, we got a patented chilling method.
Oh.
that required more ice.
No one else knows but you how to chill these things.
It's a shaker.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your liquor. Shake your liquor. I should get that song.
It was in a box. I didn't. I should have thrown the whole box in the freezer, but
He wasn't
I didn't.
thinking.
So, bee.
That bee.
Oh my God, the bee is back,
That bee loves you. Are we covered in honey or something?
dude. It's going after you now. Good.
Yeah, I should swing it away.
It's on your neck. It's on your neck.
No, it's not. I'm like, I don't hear anything.
Oh, they did that to me at work. Oh, and they kept doing it. They were like, "It's on your neck." Oh shit! Here it comes.
Maybe we should have a new studio location.
Yeah.
But
outdoors so lovely though.
Yeah. For now, I mean, a couple months we might not be so easy for us to do these outdoor shows. But yeah, all right. So what happened? The bee was chasing you, and then what? Or they were pretending the bee was chasing you?
No, a bee got in my face.
Mm-hmm.
It was like me, and I was like, fuck. And then, the bee leaves, and and the one dude at my work is like, "It's on your neck. It's on your neck. The bee's on your neck." And he kept his composure. So
Right.
I'd be jumping around, like, looking like an idiot, like, trying to spot this bee away from my neck and running around the warehouse.
Yeah.
And he kept doing it. And then the one
He was
time...
chasing all around the warehouse saying, "It's right. It's still on you. It's still on
It's
you."
still on you. It's still on. And then finally, he started cracking up, and he's laughing. And I'm like, "Oh, you asshole." The whole time the bee was never near my neck whatsoever.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. We got to honor Little John.
All right, and do our shots. Hopefully we have an agreement on these album reviews. All right. I know you all out there have been waiting for this album to come out.
No, we'll
And
probably
now it
agree
is.
with these.
And now it's finally here.
What album is this?
The Wonder Years. No
yes.
Closer to Heaven.
Everyone's been waiting for it.
Not to be confused with the TV show starring Fred Savage. This is a Pennsylvania pop punk band who are actually named after a paper written by the lead singer's after-school education teacher. So this is their 5th album and their 3rd release through Hopeless Records. And according to the Wikipedia, it says this is actually a concept album detailing the loss of a loved one. So I heard their last 2 albums, and they're very forgettable to me. I'm not really even thinking about them that much.
Oh my God, that is exactly what happened to me.
Oh, you heard their old albums before?
No, I never heard their whole albums. This album, I almost completely forget it.
Yeah.
Like I listen to it, and it's just like all sounds, like so thoughtful and should be touching, and it doesn't do anything to me.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I think the point of
I forget about it.
The point of music, if you're trying to be touching and we're not actually resonating with your feelings about that, is it has to be entertaining. And I guess what you're saying, Stu, is you weren't entertained.
No, it was very forgettable.
All right, so for me, not even 30 seconds into the second song called Cardinals, like the slow dreaming guitar strumming that quickly ignites into like the blaring power chords and the screaming gut-wrenching vocals and depressing lyrics, I realized I was in for yet another Taking Back Sunday knockoff album.
Why?
So I wasn't going to let that stop me from finding some enjoyment on this record, unlike you, though. So, for example, the song I Don't Like Who I Was Then incorporates more punk rock than emo. So the song comes off as kind of like an old brand new track. And when I say brand new, I'm referring to the band Brand New. I'm not trying to use like an oxymoron or anything like that. And the desperate lyrics seeking affirmation, the occasions of fast-paced drumming, and the backing vocals, the distinct lead guitars are all present on this song.
You found another cookie cutter.
Right. So halfway,
right.
So halfway in, I felt the album should have been called "What If Taking Back Sunday and Brand New Had a Baby." That would be a good title of the album.
Another cookie cutter. They should have. I'm sure there's some webpage like how to make one of these bands.
There's a factory of
yeah. So they sell a little kit. Mm-hmm. You got to find 4 people and then add 6 months of dedication.
Yeah. But you got to give it this though. At least the song, the track, "A Song for Ernest Hemingway," they take both those band sound I mentioned earlier and put them into one song instead of like one song sounding like one band, another song telling another band. They take those two bands and put them into one song. And as the song strays emo for a bit longer before adding the punk rock later, I was like, wow, very clever, you guys, very clever. And unlike most emo bands I've heard before, the singer says the word fuck a lot. More than normal. Like the song.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that.
The song Stained Glass Ceilings, for example. He combines profanity.
Fuck! Shit, fuck!
My sweater struck in the wash!
Fuck this shit!
So he combines that profanity with extreme angry post-hardcore vocals on that song, Stained Glass Ceilings. And that kind of helped wake me up a bit. And I like the way that the organ, like keyboards, blend with the chords on the track You in January. The song walks the line between being an emo song and like an adult contemporary song. All right. Now, like you said, cookie cutter shit. Like, how cliche is it, the last song, for an emo band to have a acoustic guitar song?
Oh, I couldn't even listen to that song. You know, I listened to the beginning of it, and I was like, this is not like the other songs.
Well, that's what they do. And then
it was so much worse.
Well, you have to give them credit.
I could listen to the other ones at least.
Yeah, but you were saying you didn't like how they were sounding cookie cutter. At least that song sounded different to you, right? It wasn't like
it sounded like not worth listening to.
Yeah, but I was like, well, it's too cliche that they're doing that. So I'm gonna go. I feel like my opinion is album's gonna be more fair than yours, but I'm gonna say, like I said, I heard their last two albums, and similar to this TV show, The Wonder Years, the band captures the whininess and teen angst of Kevin Arnold and multiplies it by 10. They bring nothing new to the emo genre, so just listen to Taking Back Sunday's album, Tell All Your Friends, and Brand New's album, Your Favorite Weapon, and you'll be fine. So I say this is an album you definitely can skip. Stu?
And you had to skip it?
I say skip it. It's not even worth it.
Skip
or skip this.
You ever see that thing that you put on your ankle and spins
yes,
around? Yes,
let's not let the audience know how old we are.
Skip it. Skip it.
Oh, you agree? That's what you're going to review?
Yeah.
Okay. You have anything final thoughts on that? Why you?
Yeah, I can't say I can't. You made me sway from total garbage because the last song was total garbage.
Uh-huh.
So I couldn't compare the rest of it. The rest of it, I listened to it and it was all right. It just wasn't for me.
Okay.
It's for someone else, but in my opinion, I'd say skip it. But I'm sure there's somebody out there that would love this shit.
Someone out there, if you have not heard the Taking Back Sunday and Brand New, this is definitely for you. All right, but don't listen to our opinion only, or we love to hear your opinion as well. So if you actually heard this album and want to tell us what you think, let us know in the comments, or you can send us an email because we love to hear how you feel about it. I love when we agree on things, but I'm not sure if you hated that album more than I did. Maybe because I heard their stuff before, so I wasn't.
So you hated it more?
No, you hated it more than I did.
You hated it more because you heard stuff before?
No, you hated it because it was your first time. Maybe the first time I heard them, I didn't like it at all.
Up. You were like, yeah.
Maybe there's something I'll enjoy. Maybe. Barely. All right. Stu, you got to take a little backseat on this one because I'm going to do this review on my own.
Wow, it's a lot rougher. Warm. Cold knocks all the whiskey taste. The cold knocks all the whiskey, fire off.
Oh, poor baby.
Because that one wasn't chilled. Well, yours was. Mine wasn't.
Oh. On that note.
Interesting.
Let me tell everyone out here. Unfortunately, this album that came out from Five Finger Death Punch got your 6th, which is their 6th album. Stu couldn't be able to get I wasn't able to get another copy of the album for Stu, but luckily I'm able to hear it and give you my opinion now.
Because I'm not in the loop. Thank you.
So this is their 6th album.
Could have tossed me in the loop.
I tried to, but I couldn't find it for you until the last. I only got the album yesterday and listened to it today.
Fine. I'm not in the loop.
You know how these record companies are.
Yeah, that's all right.
Have you heard Five Finger Death Punch before?
Yes.
Oh, damn. Wish you did hear this thing because it's my first time hearing them. So the only thing I knew about the band is their name is from a classic martial arts movies, and that they're known to be labeled as a cross between hard rock, thrash, and groove metal.
What? Can we get one name for that?
What do you want to call it? Like,
can you combine that to one name?
Thrash groove metal?
No,
Thrash metal?
thrash metal and grindcore are like the same.
No grindcore,
thing.
it's groove
no, I'm
metal.
Just saying they're
Okay.
the same thing. Okay, and you got groove metal.
So imagine
wait. I'd imagine there has to be an actual genre for this, and not a multiple genre.
A lot of bands don't like being pigeonholed, so maybe they're not going to be like that. And I thought you heard this band before.
So they're not a hardcore band.
No, I mean they have a hardcore moment here and there.
They have a hardcore moment. Okay, all right.
So
I thought they were a hardcore band.
I thought you heard them before. So
I did hear them before, and I thought they were a hardcore band.
Nah, they're like
they don't want to be pigeonholed.
Yeah. Well, so I knew they did all those styles of music.
Thrash metal.
And needless to say, the first song on the album, which is the title track, I was immediately hooked. So if I can explain it to you, Stu, they're like they got the mid-'90s metal production of like White Zombie, with like the gang vocals of Hatebreed and a bit of like Avenged Sevenfold here and there with the guitar solos.
Wow, so it sounds hardcore.
Yeah, with the gang vocals, like the cheering.
Okay,
well,
right.
maybe that would be
maybe
that'd be more metalcore when they do that. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, metalcore. That is hardcore.
Hardcore metal.
Okay, all right. It's slightly more metallic sounding.
Yeah. So there was a song called Jekyll and Hyde, which, guess from the title, I'm sure you can figure out that it's a pretty straightforward meaning, because the lyrics are like, they're the demon inside. I feel like Jekyll and Hyde. So it's like, but still, it's pretty cool because it has like a beginning spoken word rhythm scheme at the beginning. That what's his name? Ivan Moody is the lead singer. I thought it was pretty cool and unique in a sense. What's wrong? You all right?
The bee is storming the Crown Royal.
Maybe that's what the bee likes, that kind of alcohol.
Yeah, no. It's Regal Apple. Yeah, it's driving the bee nuts.
Bees like apple.
They do like apples.
Take away from that from this review. So the next song on the album, called "Ain't My Last Dance," is like more hard rock song, which I was telling you, but they do hard rock too.
Uh-huh.
But then it has that surprise hardcore breakdown during the bridge. So that's the only time on the album I can really think that they had a hardcore moment, you know?
Okay.
But my only complaint about the album is when they do like the hard rock stuff on songs like My Nemesis, the vocals sound kind of like bands like Seether or Shinedown. So it's kind of like, this is a little bit too corporate rock for me. But they bring the brutalness back with songs like Question Everything and No Sudden Movement. So it excuses that like commercial sound they do here and there. And speaking of Question Everything, that song, they have like this like kind of like Mexican guitar part, like, you know, like those westerns or whatever, when
sombrero dance kind of shit.
Not like the like horn and shit, but just like the guitar itself. Like
okay,
like picture like the lone, like, you know, like the what's that movie, the Desperado kind of thing.
Okay,
like that guitar thing, like that slow guitar. They put that in a metal song where it just stops and goes to that, and it goes back. So I was like, oh, that shows that this band is really diverse. So I agree with that. They kind of walk the line between being creative and generic at times. So, like the one song I really got to say that too is they have a gloomy track that's got the intro kind of reminding me of the Metallica song Sanitarium, and they mixed that with the sound of a watered down version of Typo Negative, and that song's called "Digging My Own Grave," which is pretty bland title, so it's a pretty bland song as well. And the whole like "Fuck Everything" track, which is called Boots and Blood, says the word "fuck" so many times, it's sure to please every 13-year-old metalhead out there. So I know you think I'm being harsh on this album, but because at the end, Five Finger Death Punch didn't break any mold here. But for the most part, I was entertained listening to this, and I want to listen to more of their back catalog. So for that, I have to give this album something you should definitely buy.
I want to listen to it. And
yeah. Well, I have the album. I can let you listen to it next time we do a show before we.
Thank you.
We do anything, right. But I definitely want to hear the older shit. So
we got a split review. Maybe I'll review it later down the lines, but I definitely do want to listen to it. Cool.
All right, how you doing over there, Stu? We might have to fuel up definitely for this last review.
I do need to fuel up. so everybody knows, we got 35% alcohol, 70 proof.
Uh-oh.
That's pretty low.
70 proof? What do you want, 80? That's only 10 down.
I want 80 proof.
It's only 10 down.
Okay, all right. So we lose 10 proof, and it tastes delicious instead of making me want to vomit.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices, too. And speaking of sacrifices, that will be our final review of today. We're making some good time. We had to sacrifice some time to change the format. And I have to be somewhere soon, so...
What happened to news? We only had the one news. We had music news, and that was it?
We're only going to do one music news from now on. Stu's Views will be its own thing in the future.
All right.
All right. Here we go. I know I was joking before about the Wonder Years. I know you all out there been waiting for our opinion of the new Slayer album, Repentless. Now let me give you some cryptic shit on this song, Stu. This is their 11th album.
Oh.
And similar
the
to 2000
number 11.
Yeah, because you know why the number's magical? I'll tell you.
Why?
Because not only did this album come out
September
11th, right? Came out September 11th, which is the last time they released the album on September 11th was in 2001. The album was called God Hates Us All. And that album featured drummer Paul Bata.
How dare they use a...
Can I talk?
That something else happened.
They used the title... The drummer's name is Paul Bostoff, who plays drums on this album. And the last time he played drums on the album was on that other album, God Hates Us All, which came out September 11th, 2001. But unlike that album, this album they released on September 11th this year, and there was no terrorist attacks. So there goes the whole theory that Slayer caused the World Trade Center from being demolished.
Oh, really? How they got pressure put on them?
The album's called God Hates Us All, and it came out the same day that shit went down. So it's kind of weird, but
really,
yeah.
Wow. Boo! Can I play my theremin? Boo!
Some Twilight Zone shit for you. Now let me tell everyone out there right now. Slayer to me are like the Ramones of thrash metal, and when I say that, I mean they've been around for over 30 years and have sort of released the same album over and over again. And another thing I feel is Rain and Blood is like a masterpiece. And though they kept that same formula for all these years, I'm not compelled to purchase follow-up records if I'm not going to get anything new. However, if you are a Slayer fan or / collector, you already made up your mind that you want to own this latest album, so this review may be pointless for you. But my rating on this album will be for the casual Slayer listener. Does the band bring anything new to the table you got to hear, or should you just listen to Rain and Blood and Season in the Abyss again? That's what you're going to find out. Shut that dog up, man.
Dog's gone.
All right.
Stupid dog.
So, also, I want to mention, it's also fair to mention, since original guitarist Jeff Hanneman passed away in 2013 from liver failure, on this album he is replaced by Exodus guitarist Gary Holt. So, all that to play, let's get into this album right now.
Woohoo!
So, after the build-up from the intro track, Delusions of Savior, the title track takes off running with the old-school sound we've come to love from this band. Speedy guitar solos, thrash double bass drums, and Tom... How do you say the guy's last name? Tom Area? Let's say it's Tom Area. Has the fast vocal stylings, and it's all ensues in this song. What'd you think of that first song?
The first song, and looking at the album cover, was like an epic thing. I was like, that's the first thing, I saw the album cover and that song, and I was like, shit is good.
You're in. Yeah, it's
yeah,
good.
Yeah, I was good. And there were no lyrics. It didn't even need it. It was just got you the feeling of what this album's going to be like right in the first track. And then it goes right into the second track where you have lyrics. And
that's what I'm talking about, the second song, Repent, which I saw the video to, Repentless. The video where they're in a prison and someone breaks out of the cell and they're knifing all the prisoner guards.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised. I mean, I know you saw Slayer a couple last year live,
yeah.
but
because of one tickets.
Yeah. I'm really surprised at how like old the guy looks. He's got like this big gray beard. He's a lot fatter now, but he still sounds the exact same as he did like in the 80s.
Yeah.
So to have his that kind of vocals coming out of that old man's mouth,
it's great that they're still going. Yeah.
So I'm like,
I don't care. I've heard of what are the old get the old geezers off the stage, blah blah blah. No. Yeah.
They're killing.
I think it's awesome that they're still doing it.
Yes, he's killing that song. So the next song on the album called "Take Control" sounds like it could have been like on the last Metallica album, and that's not an insult at all because the last Metallica album, Death Magnetic, was a great new school twist on their old sound. I'm just saying the sound and tempos are in sync with that album, so that's good. But then something happens after that song.
Are you talking about Vices?
Yes, I'm getting into Vices. Yes. So I guess
and
we
then
agree.
Something happens.
Something goes wrong
I guess
here.
we agree when shit goes awry.
Vices and then the next song, Cast the First Stone, are kind of boring. You know? Maybe I just like the fast-paced Slayer. Maybe that's the way I am. But I was like, is that your complaint? Like, I just like maybe I like fast Slayer. I don't like when they do slow shit. But I'm like...
I like their slow shit too.
Maybe this is not the slow stuff you're into. Like, I don't know.
No. It wasn't that. Are you really trying to critique the musical aspect of the song Vices?
Yeah, mostly.
No, see, the only thing that made me laugh was that, like, violence. It makes me high.
Yeah. Well, Vices is...
Let's get high. Okay, that's the only part. Okay.
Yeah, Vices is about... like the Catholic Church scandals and shit like that.
Really?
So
No, I thought it was.
You didn't get that.
He said
from that?
violence makes him high. And let's get high.
Well, there are amount of themes I'm saying, but I'm just saying he touches on that. So I'm like, that's kind of cool, but this song is kind of boring. Like that's why I felt like you hit the gate running, and then you just kind of like.
I think it's supposed to be about vices. I think it's supposed to be about drug addiction.
Well, that too, but.
Vices.
So it's Chasing Death is about like alcohol abuse and shit like that.
Oh, really?
They're both kind of like the same theme.
I think the Vices is more about like drugs and watching violence. But apparently he specifically says we're only inferring drugs, but he specifically says violence is what gets him high.
But for the most part, did you like this song? Those two songs?
No, I did not like the song. Vices, it was freaking horrible. It was the downfall of this album. If somebody wanted to make fun of it, they would just play Vices, and the whole rest of this good shit would fucking swirl down the toilet.
Yeah.
You know, I can't believe they left themselves open like that.
I want to ask you the question about the song When the Stillness Comes. Like, do you notice that the guitar intro is very reminiscent to the song Spill the Blood from their album South of Heaven? Do you know Slayer after Rain and Blood?
No.
Well, let me tell you guys out there, like, they have a song called Spill the Blood, and the guitar intro to that, listen to that song, and listen to the guitar intro to the song When the Stillness Comes. It's almost the same. So, I started getting interested again, but the slow tempo and the sometimes spoken word vocals had me yawning again. So, getting kind of bored on the album, but thank God, or Satan, a minute into the song, Implode, they pick up speed. And from here, it's all uphill. The track Piano Wire makes great use of the double bass drums, while Atrocity Vendor has an 80s thrash metal guitar riff.
Satan, give me the strength to make their harps sound like distortion.
Yes. And then and I'm not saying they have to do fast songs all the time, but even the final song, Pride and Prejudice, is like kind of slow, but it's still heaviness and chest caving drum beats make up for its lack of speed. And I thought that song was a great exclamation point to the record. You have anything more to say about this, Stu, before I get my final thoughts?
Good shit.
Okay. So, the momentum of the album, Repentless, is like a track star in a way. It comes out the gate quick, then coasts halfway through, and finally sprints hard towards the end.
Yeah, wow.
Slayer still keeps the dark themes, like I told Stu before, with the song Vices about Catholic Church, while Chasing Death is about alcohol abuse, things like that. And I think possibly Kerry King's dedication to the late guitarist Jeff is on that song, Chasing Death, as well. So this album has more good songs than bad, and even though I'm sure the guitarist that died, Hanneman, would be proud to see his bandmates have pressed on. But in the end of the day, there's nothing on here that I haven't heard them do before. So though I was entertained, I'm going to have to say this album you should just download. Stu?
Oh, that is so depressing.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Download.
Give me your final thoughts for you. Give me your review. Your rating, I should say. Why? I feel like you disagree with me.
Final thoughts. I thought it was one of the better metal albums that I've heard of the year, and yeah, I think it's buy it.
Okay, I'm gonna push the button, and then we'll debate on that real quick. Because we're not too far off, you guys out there. We both enjoyed the album, but the reason I'm saying it's not, oh, you got to run out and buy it as a casual Slayer listener, is if you heard Rain and Blood, and you heard South of Heaven, and you own those, and you own another one, why are you saying that someone should buy this if they're doing the exact same thing on this album as they did on those two albums?
Because they're not.
Oh, you think they're different than that?
Yeah.
How so? You got to break that down for me.
It's just different.
You can't just leave it like that.
If you never heard the others previously, and then you heard this, it would be different.
So you would recommend someone to listen to Slayer from the back, from new and go backwards and go forward?
Yes, you seriously could.
Why? Just start from the beginning.
No, you seriously could.
You could, but why would you do that? Why would you recommend someone that, oh, you like this band that's been around for 30 years? Start with their new album, then go backwards. It's like, no, these are the essential albums that they own. Buy those, and then go from there. If you like that, go on.
You could start now and then have some nostalgia pop up and keep going, and maybe there'd be another album.
How would you have
don't
nostalgia?
Want another album? You don't want another Slayer album?
If they're gonna do the exact same thing again,
you're saying this is going nowhere.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it's a horrible thing.
So you're saying it's just the same shit?
Yeah, same thing. They didn't do anything new, which I don't really expect them to do that because they're Slayer.
They're gonna do more Slayer.
Yeah, they have their Slayer sound. It's just fine, but it's like when I went to this review, I want to say, why should someone buy this album if they are gonna get the same thing that they can get from the other stuff that Slayer has done? I'm not saying
because it's new.
But we agree. We both agree you should hear the album.
Fine, it's new.
Yeah, but I'm saying you should. I agree. You should hear it.
It sounds like old shit, but it's new.
Yeah. So I guess at the end of the day, me and Stu agree that you should hear this album. But Stu says you could
throw off other Slayer fans, and they'll be like, "What is this?"
But Slayer fans
can't be Slayer. This is not Slayer. Wait a minute, it sounds just like Slayer.
Slayer fans are gonna buy this album, regardless of what we're saying. They're already made up their mind. This review is not for them. This review is for people that are casual fans or casual listeners.
I'm saying buy it.
All right, I agree with you.
Went and saw him recently, and it was good.
So you're biased.
Yeah, I am biased.
Okay.
I am more biased when I see a band live.
So
I'm touched. I'm touched by live music. Yeah.
In that case,
you could probably get me to find me the shittiest band. And give me some grand live experience. You know what? It might sway me.
Wow, that's all it takes, bands out there. If you suck, just give Stu some free passes to your show. He will buy your album in a second. But let me know what you guys thought of this album. If you want to give us your opinion, you can send something in the comments, or you can send us an email. We appreciate. We'd love to hear from you. All right, let's check the emails. Oh, wait. No, it's time for another round of shots. Let's do that. Oh, shots. Everybody! Woo! Everybody! Please. Thank you for really helping my my sickness too. I feel a lot better now.
Yeah, you need some
sometimes that's the answer.
Regal cough medicine.
Yes. The over-the-counter cough medicine is sold at your neighborhood liquor store. Now, I see no emails.
They should have a cough medicine. They should seriously have a medicine. Yeah, any medicine that is hard liquor.
They call it Jaeger, actually, I think.
Jaeger?
People say Jaeger tastes like cough medicine.
That don't count.
Why?
Just because they say it tastes like it.
No,
They need an actual a medicine, a tonic of some sort. Maybe like it helps with colds and gets you drunk at the same time.
So how would you work at that point? How do you go to work if you're drunk?
No, you
medicine?
obviously you're not. You're at home sick.
You're like, oh, I got a cold. Yeah, boss, I'm not coming in. I'm sick. I have a cold. I'm gonna be getting drunk on my medicine.
I'm gonna be yes. I'm gonna be getting drunk on my medicine so I get well that much quicker.
I love this. You Stu. You're a great man. You have such weird opinions and theories, but I love it. And I see you had no emails, so let's get out of here, Stu.
Why no emails?
In due time. All right. So that was a great show we had today. Look forward to more shows like this with the new format going. If you want to reach us, you can go to our email at njhabbitradio@gmail.com.
The format was you cut out Stu's views.
Yes.
You cut out my opinion. That makes it shorter.
A little bit. We still got an hour in, so it's cool. Next show will be longer. So, yeah, email njhabbitradio@gmail.com, or you can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/njhabbitradio. And if you're not going to our webpage already, go check us out on njhabbitradio.net. This has been Jarrell and
Stu
saying goodbye and have a pleasant week.